Watch the baby.
Very good. Now see if it works the other way.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is our Fahad again with a video, and this time we are uploading on economics, and the topic is supply. As far as demand is considered, I uploaded a video on demand that's on my channel, Fahad Commerce Faculty on YouTube. You can go and check that video out. And this is my blog or website where I will be uploading some notes, and you can find the notes of economics, accounts, and for business studies. Mainly for accounts I haven't uploaded any notes yet, but inshallah I will upload it soon. And the website is fahadaliCommerce.blogspot.com, and you will have a video on YouTube channel, so you can check that video out. Okay, this is the video for supply. So starting with this concept, but first of all I would like you to remind you of the thing that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then click the subscribe button. That's the motivation why I keep posting my videos. So coming back to the topic, what's supply? Supply is the ability and the willingness of a supplier to supply the product. For example, if the supplier is able to supply the product but he is not willing to supply that, so that will not be considered as supply. And if the supplier has the willingness but he or she doesn't have the ability to supply, so that will not come under the definition of supply. So we have to see, we have both of these things. Sometimes we receive some MCQs in the O-levels economics papers 2281. So we have some MCQs on these things. The supply is the ability, and the examiner puts a question mark at the end of the sentence and gives 4 options: the willingness, ability, and different things. There are different things in the options, and you have to choose the right option. And the second is, what is quantity supplied? As far as notes are concerned, I tried my level best to make you understand the terms of the topic, so that we can develop our knowledge on these basic terminologies. So quantity supplied is the number of units of goods supplied at a given price. I would like to give an example of milk in Pakistan. If you are in Pakistan, then you will get this example. If you are in any other country, then obviously it will not be difficult for you to get this thing. The example is that in Pakistan there was a law. The courts order every milk shop to raise the prices of milk to 100 rupees per liter. So when the prices were raised to 100 per liter, the prices increased, and when the prices increase, assuming this thing that the cost remains the same, the producer says that we should produce more, we should supply more in the market. So after this decision, which was taken by the courts, after this decision I saw a sharp increase in the number of shops which are supplying the milk in the market. So that was the supply. The price was giving a signal to the producers that there is some profit, there is an increase in profit in this milk. So everyone started supplying this in the market. So you can apply this example to any other goods. So it is not mandatory to apply it to milk. You can apply it to any other good, but depends on the scenario. Okay, the next line is, if the price of a good increases, then the quantity supplied increases, and vice versa. So as far as price is concerned, price can only increase the quantity supplied and only decrease the quantity supplied. It has nothing to do with supply. In economics we have these both two different terms. The students often confuse it. The reason is that supply and quantity supplied are different things. Supply term will be used when we are dealing about the curve. When we are saying the supply curve, so we will use the term supply. And when we are saying that there is a movement, then we will use the term quantity supplied. There you can see the definition of contraction. If the price of a good decreases, then the quantity supplied decreases. That is contraction in the quantity supplied. When the price decreases, the producer gets a signal that I don't have to supply this product anymore in the market. The reason is that the profit has decreased, has shrunk in its size. So you can see a diagram. There is a supply curve over here. You can see that the price from P2 till P3 has decreased. There is a fall in the price of this product, and then there is a fall in the price of the product. What terminology we use in economics? We use that there is a contraction in the quantity supplied. As you can see, the quantity was Q2 and now the quantity has become Q3. So here on the x-axis quantity supplied is denoted, and on the y-axis price of coffee. So what we will write down in an answer in any MCQ that there is a movement along the curve and there was a contraction in the quantity supply. These are the key terminologies which we have to use in our answers. So look for these key terminologies and be specific in your paper too. Okay, the term of extension. If the price of a good increases, then the quantity supplied increases. That is extension in the quantity supplied. Obviously, as I gave an example of milk. So whenever the price of any product increases, the supply of that product increases in the market, because more and more producers come in the market. So here we can see this thing that there is an extension. When we use the term extension, it means that the quantity supplied has increased and there will always be a movement along the curve. As you can see, when the price was P3, the quantity was Q3. When the price was raised to P2, the quantity became Q2. That is, there was a movement from here till there on the curve. So we will use these terminologies, that there is a movement along the curve and there was an extension in the quantity supplied, because examiners always prefer to go for technical terminologies, because it will give us an impressive look to the examiner that the student has prepared for the paper, and the examiner will get an idea that you have the perfect knowledge of the subject. Okay, if supply increases, then the supply curve shifts to the right. Okay, whereas if supply decreases, then it shifts to the left. And now it is talking about the supply curve. As I said earlier, that when we are saying quantity supplied, then we are talking about the movement on the curve, and when we are saying supply, so we are talking about the supply curve itself, which shifts either on the left hand side or on the right hand side, depends on whether supply is increasing or decreasing. The cost of production is the first factor. If the cost of production of any good is increasing, then obviously when the cost of production is increasing for any producer, the profit margin shrinks in size, the profit margin decreases in size, so it will shift the supply curve to the left hand side. The second thing, taxes and subsidies. Whenever we can see, when a government puts a tax on any product, so the supplier will supply less, because that will also cause an increase in the cost of production of that supplier. And whenever a government is giving a subsidy, then that subsidy will help the producer to reduce its cost of production, and when the cost of production of a producer decreases, then the producer will be able and willing to supply more in the market, because the cost of production has decreased and the profit margin has increased. The third is number of suppliers in a market. If the number of suppliers increases, as I gave an example of milk, as the number of suppliers increased in the market, so there was an increase in the overall supply of milk in the market. The last is technology. As soon as technology increases, technology improves, efficiency improves, then we can see that the cost of production decreases and the producers can supply more and more. The second is the expectations. Sometimes there are some expectations of the producers that the price will increase in the future time period. So supply increases because they are expecting that the price will increase in the future time period, so they can make the most of the price and they will have more profit if they come in this business, if they increase their supply in the market. Increase in supply diagram. You can see the increase in supply diagram. The curve was on S1 and it came on S2. As for example, I am giving an example. If the government started giving a subsidy to the producers, then the curve will shift from S1 to S2. Then the second thing is a decrease in supply. The decrease in supply is when the curve is moving from S1 to S2. As you can see that the decrease is cost. For example, I am giving an example of tax. If the government imposed some tax on the product, then we can say that from the S1 the curve came to the S2. So you can say this thing that is a decrease in supply, not the quantity supplied. You should be clear about these terms and you should not confuse both of these terms. Okay, and then I would like to say you that I will started a new channel. You can see the link of the subscribe button in the end of the video. You can go to the channel, and now I will be uploading the society related videos on that channel, not on this channel, because this channel is considered I would be uploading videos of education on this channel, and as far as society related or any other topic which is not related to education much, that is related to society, I will upload on that channel. So do subscribe to the other channel. And as far as shout out is concerned, so UK Ops, that's my student and he's making great videos. I will give the link in the description. Do check that out, and we should support the youngsters of our country. So do check that video and subscribe to him, because he thinks that he needs more subscribers so that he can work more on his content. So do subscribe his channel if you like, and hit the like button. Comment below if you have any queries, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Take care, stay blessed, stay inspired.